SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
When banking starts to feel less personal, you know where to find us. Community Bank. Deep roots, local people, personal banking. Visit communitybank.net. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome in. Beautiful, brutally hot, but beautiful Monday afternoon. I'm Michael Borkey. He's Brian Hadad. We are so glad that you are with us wherever you are on one of our 12 radio stations across the state of Mississippi in one of our 82 counties. All 82 of them. We cover each and every one of them. If you're there, we thank you. If you're watching right now on Super Talk TV, listening to the podcast, or anywhere in between, we're just so happy that you are making our show a part of your day and a part of your week. One more Saturday. One more Saturday without football. College football.
Yeah, I say we've
already had preseason games and all that, but one more Saturday without college football. And we got this text to lead the show. It's from James. Before the show even starts, I want to say that week 0 should be week 1. Doesn't matter if not everyone is playing that weekend. I've got good news for you. That's coming, actually. The college football season is going to start a week earlier, and everybody's going to play on week, quote-unquote, 0, the last weekend of August, and that will be week 1. So there you go. If we talked about that a few months ago. You may have missed it. Your wish is coming true, and we're glad you're here. And hey, Dad, pay some bills. Let's get into it.
We're here in the Pearl River Resort Studios. It is too hot to live, but if you need to cool down, you can do it at Geyser Falls. Take the family there for a nice Saturday trip, or if you can stand the heat, get out there on the golf course. Dancing Rabbit, one of the best golf courses in the South. Got great food, great live entertainment. Whatever you want to do, in the heat or out of it, you can get there at Pearl River Resort. C-Spire text line is open to you at 601-879-4395. With C-Spire, it's easier than ever to get all the devices you want in one move with the Ultimate Connect bundle. Right now, new and current customers can get a free phone, watch, and tablet, plus 100 gigs of data for just $90. That includes the new iPhone 17 or Samsung Galaxy S26 for free, and a free smartwatch and tablet to go with it. So don't wait. There's more to see. Visit cspire.com or stop by your local C-Spire store today. C-Spire, inspired by you.
You mentioned Pearl River Resort. Not Fall Camp Tour tomorrow. If you are in the Oxford area, we want you to come by and see us. Well, we're going to have a great time. Got an army of great guests, and we got some stuff to give you as well on behalf of our friends at Pearl River Resort. Also some hats as well. So come by and see us. 3 to 6 from the sports bar part of the library. We will be posted up, and come by, say hello, win some stuff, see some people you care about, and hear, Hadad and I blabber about God knows what.
Do we not count?
For 3
we
hours.
Don't count as the people they care about?
No, we certainly do not count as the people that we care about.
That's a shame.
It certainly is. But we're going to have fun, and we hope to see you there. So we have a lot to get to. 2 teams on the countdown. The AP poll is out, and there's a lot there on that AP poll, to be honest with you. I think that we can take away. And I like preseason polls because they don't bother me, because I know that they're preseason polls. And I know that polls change as the season goes because teams win, teams lose. I mean, even Rhett Lashley went on Andy and Ari and was like, the FPI putting strength of schedule, how can they know? Nobody's played a game yet. It's like, hey Rhett, it changes. Coach, hey, Coach Lashley, the strength of schedule changes as the games get played, dude. This is just preseason. So they don't bother me the way that they bother other people, Hadad. But
don't bother me at all.
Because they're preseason polls. They're fun to talk about. It's conversation fodder, and that's it.
I watched a Mississippi State team go from unranked to number 1 in the nation in the course of, 6 weeks? If you win your games, you will be ranked accordingly.
Yes. Indiana started the season 20th last year, and they went undefeated.
Right. If you win the games, you know. Do we end up with some situations from time to time where a team is highly ranked at the beginning of the season, and it takes them a little too long to drop out of the polls when they lose a couple games? Sure. It happened with Penn State last year. They were ranked after 2 or 3 losses. I get that. But at the same time, for the most part, it always works itself out. So,
and there's only one poll that matters, and it's the playoff poll, and they don't start that until the end of the season.
And in reality, there really is only one. It's the last one.
The last one.
The last one. This is every poll in between now and then is just for people like you and I to have discussions about.
But James did bring up week 0, and as far as week 0s go, some years we've had really bad slates, and it's like, you know what, it's college football, whatever. All right, I'll watch it because it's college football, but it leaves some to be desired. This week 0, so not this Saturday, but the next one.
There's some quality games.
North Carolina TCU from Dublin.
Good game.
I'm in.
I'll watch.
You've got, at 2 o'clock, San Jose State and USC. And it may not move you, but USC might be a playoff team. So
a good team.
It's a game in the Coliseum. 2:30, NC State, Virginia in Charlottesville. So you have a conference game in week 0 in Charlottesville.
I don't believe it's actually a conference game, though.
Yeah, it's one of those goofy things because the ACC is stupid. North Dakota State's first game as an FBS team is hosting Jacksonville State in the Fargo Dome.
Yeah.
That's at 4:30. And, I mean, you have Hawaii Stanford, for whatever it's worth. Florida State plays that day. Memphis UNLV. At 9 o'clock.
That's a potential playoff elimination game right there in week 0. And this coming from the guy, I hate to do it's all about the playoff, but when we're talking about the group of 6, the winner of that game is going to be the overwhelming favorite, I think, to be the group of 6 representative in the college football playoff. So that's a huge game for Dan Mullen versus Charles Huff. A lot of Mississippi tie in that. Why not?
So I'm in. I'm truly in. Not talking myself to being in because it's college football. Like that's a compelling slate right there. And we're almost here. We are almost here. We had NFL this weekend. How much preseason football did you watch?
Watched the entire Saints game.
I loved how the broadcast. Not only did we miss the opening kickoff that almost went for a touchdown.
Because we're talking to Gale Benson.
Because we're talking to Gale.
By the way, no offense to you, sir. No offense. I mean it with all due respect, but that guy's not good. That guy doing the interview was not. It literally like they pulled a Saints fan off the street and was like.
You don't know who that was?
Who was that?
You don't know who that was?
I did not recognize him. I didn't see the name.
That was the broadcast debut of Teron Armstead.
Well, he didn't do a good job.
It was the broadcast debut of Teron.
Teron, I love you as a player. Great Saint. But, man, he's just like, all right then, Miss Benson. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? So, but that being said.
A lot of kinks have to get worked out.
The kickoff return and then the immediate touchdown, I was like, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. And so not only did the broadcast do that, they had some kind of color balance issue.
Saw that, yeah. It looked very. I felt like I was back in the 80s.
It was horrendous.
Felt like my dad was going to tell me to get up and fix the TV.
How about Zach Wilson?
Looks fine.
Zach Wilson is going to be QB2 in New Orleans.
Absolutely fine. I thought they would have won. The quarterback should just run the ball in on that last play. Yeah. Just run it in. You got a convoy there. Go score. Then he tries to throw and they lose, but whatever.
Yeah, I forget that guy's name too. The fourth quarterback for the Saints, I forget his name.
It doesn't matter what his name is. So yeah. That said, I watched that game. I watched a few minutes here and there of other games, but I did watch most of the Saints game, almost all of it. State
fans, former Bulldog Martin Emerson is going to make the team. I think
you had a few guys from State. Have a good day. Devon Booth had a good day for the Browns. I don't know about that running back situation when Judkins up there, but maybe he could be the third back for them. Brennan Thompson seems like he's having a pretty decent camp.
They like him. They
like him. So yeah, Martin Emerson. I think That's a guy who was he was having a good career until he got hurt last year.
Yeah.
And now he's back. I think he could easily be the Saints' third corner, though.
Yeah, I mean, he was good on Saturday, and then I saw a guy that covers the Saints say that this training camp, Emerson has gone from cut to practice squad to CB3, if you will, the third cornerback. Like, that's how good of a training camp he's had, and he showed that on Saturday.
I have a pretty decent Saints source, and he echoed those sentiments. He thinks he'll make the team.
Awesome. That's good stuff. Somebody says Spencer Rattler didn't do the Saints any favors by playing bad. No, but, I mean...
Yeah, that's why he'll be QB3, probably.
Yeah. Hunter Deckers, there it is. I mean, God bless him. He'll be playing for, whatever the Birmingham Stallions become since they moved.
Yeah.
He'll be there. Somebody says, I know it sounds like I'm a girl, but does anyone else pick teams to watch based on colors? I can't watch TCU because of that ugly purple. Now, don't you talk down about purple.
Purple's a great color.
But I will, if I really have no vested interest at all in a game and a team's got a pretty sweet uniform, I will root for the better uniform. That is a thing that I do.
I hate to
be those guys look good.
I hate to be the one that tells you and that listener, but your girls.
Josh says, I was at the game. Least amount of people I've ever seen in the Superdome for a Saints game. I mean, preseason game one
yeah, who cares?
Against the Jags on top of it all. You're not going to do it.
Nobody cares.
AP poll came out today. Ole Miss in the top 10. Week 1 opponent also in the top 25. And a lot more to take away from this thing. We will tell you about it all when we come back.
In the Venable Glass.
Sports Talk Mississippi, your new home for exclusive sports coverage here in the Magnolia State.
Let me put it to you this way.
Right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. I'm Michael Borkey. He is Brian Hadad, and the AP poll came out at noon Eastern today. And it's fun to talk about, so we're going to talk about it for a little bit. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Oregon. Number 3, Georgia, who did not receive a first-place vote. In fact, no SEC team received a first-place vote.
Not one. That's a little surprising. I mean, especially when you consider people who live in Georgia, who work in Georgia, cover Georgia, vote in this poll. People who live in Texas and cover Texas vote in this poll. And
or just the Southeast in general.
Yeah, nobody nobody was willing to pick an SEC national champion. I thought that was weird.
Notre Dame 4, Texas 5, Indiana 6, Miami 7, Texas A&M 8. That's the first one I see where I'm like,
Well, go back to what we talked about last week, too, with Indiana. The fact that they got, 8 first-place votes, third most in the poll, and yet they're 6th means that there are – I'm interested to see the breakdown by ballot because that means some people are voting them like 20th, 21st, something like that.
Ole Miss one spot ahead of where they were in the coaches poll. They come in at number 9 to start the season. Somebody else, I don't like to – call people out individually for having a different opinion than me because who cares? It's sports conversation. But I saw somebody say that Ole Miss has been disrespected this offseason. And I kept thinking, what on earth are you talking about?
Yeah.
At media days, they were picked to finish 3rd in the SEC. That's double-digit wins, making the playoff, league, contender for the SEC, contender for a national title. If you finish 3rd in the league, you have a chance to go win a championship. That's what people think of you.
Right.
Coaches poll ranks you in the top 10. Your quarterback and your running back are either first or second team All-American in every single thing. And now you're starting preseason number 9 from the national media. Ole Miss, frankly, I think is receiving, and it's deserved, some benefit of the doubt. Because it could have been very easy to say, new head coach, Kiffin's gone, number 20.
Would have been incredibly easy to do that. Would have been very easy for all of the pollsters and all of the coaches who voted to say, I want to wait and see on Golding. Yeah, they're super talented. They'll probably be no worse than 8 wins, but we can wait on that.
Yeah.
And, I agree with your original sentiment. Ole Miss has gotten a lot of going back to the SEC Media Days thing. When they were picked third, I was really surprised by that. That's the spot they got. Yeah, I think it's the opposite. I think they've gotten an incredible amount of respect.
Yeah.
And, it goes to show that that's what people expect from Mississippi State, from Ole Miss as a program. And I was going to make the comment about State, year one after Mullen. They were still a preseason, top 20 team because people believed the program was just kind of at that spot. Didn't work out that way, but
half the program was in that spot.
Yeah, you get 1 year of benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. Golding has to go out and deliver this year, and if he does that, then next year, guess what? Regardless of losing Chambliss and Lacey and all of that, there'll be a preseason top 25, top 20, maybe top 15 team. People will believe in him.
They will, and I think the playoff run and how he handled that also gained him a little bit of benefit of the doubt, too, because he has coached in games, and it looked like that. So, anyway, Oklahoma at 10. So, SEC teams in the top 10, Georgia, Texas, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. That is half of the top 10 with LSU at 11. So, 6 of the top 11. And 8 of the top 13 with Texas Tech at 12 and Alabama at 13. 8 of the top 13 in the SEC.
Saw a tweet today. First time Alabama has not been preseason top 10 since 2008.
Wow. Hey, here's my question about Alabama.
That was Saban's second year. They started the year preseason number 24.
Who's going to play quarterback for Alabama this year?
I don't know. I haven't dug too deep into the battle. We had Matt Stahl from AL.com on Thunder and Lightning last week on the podcast, and he talked. It's going down to the wire with this. I think it ends up being Keelan Russell just because I think he has the higher ceiling. But Mac is DeBoer's guy. Followed him from Washington. Has been with him this whole time. So I don't know the answer to that. I think it's Keelan Russell, but we'll see.
See, we don't even know the answer, and yet they're still at number 13.
Yeah. I mean, because they do have the pieces around them. Both guys are talented. They should be okay. Defensively, they should be really good.
Tech at 12 is high to me, too, considering Sorsby's gone.
Well, it tells
first-time play caller, stuff
sort of
like
what
that.
We've said about Ole Miss, where I've said – I made the comment today. It'll be on tomorrow's pod, but I think Ole Miss would have been 2 if Kiffin were still in Oxford. So
2 or 3.
Yeah. So the same thing with Sorsby. If Sorsby were there, Texas Tech is probably 5th, 6th, something like that.
BYU at 14. I like them this season. I also like USC. They're tied for 14. Let's call USC 15 for the sake of continuity.
Right.
I like the two of them, though. And I know Lincoln Riley's teams are soft or whatever, but
Maivia is a good quarterback.
Michigan at 16.
So we'll talk about it in just a minute, but 8 Big Ten teams. I feel like this is the deepest the Big Ten has ever been.
Probably.
You think about the top 3 in the Big Ten, Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana. I feel like Michigan, Penn State, USC, Iowa, all of those teams could beat Washington, could beat those top 3 teams. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a lot of – I wouldn't necessarily say parity, but if you told me that one of those teams beat another one of those teams, I'm not going to be shocked by it.
And they did the additions are rising up. I mean, USC – Oregon and Washington at 17, 3 of their 4 latest additions to the conference are all still contributing and investing and winning in football. Penn State at 18, SMU at 19. Don't sleep on.
I like SMU a lot. I don't think they'll win the ACC with Miami there, but I do like them.
That very well could be a playoff team. Tennessee at 20. Who's going to play quarterback at Tennessee?
I think it's Faison, which I'm just surprised that that's another one where you're giving some respect to Josh Heupel, is what I think.
More injury issues for them. They've had a rough camp from an injury perspective.
South Carolina yesterday.
Goodness gracious.
Tough news for South Carolina.
Utah at 21. Iowa. This cracks me up every year. Slap Iowa in the 20s somewhere and put them in the preseason.
I said the exact same thing on the podcast tomorrow. It's like 22 for Iowa. Perfect. Classic. Works for me.
They'll finish 8-4 somewhere ranked.
They'll be 22nd, yeah.
Houston at 23.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville.
Went off a 10-win season.
Yeah. Louisville at 24. I've been saying, and hey, Dad, one of the days you were out, you should have seen the Facebook comment section where I put a video. I mean, it's just simple, innocuous. hey, if Ole Miss does not play well in week 1, they're going to get beat because Louisville's a good team. The comments were bizarre. It was like, you're so stupid. They suck. Whatever. Louisville does not suck.
They don't suck at all. They're a good football team. And Jeff Brom, is a really good football coach.
And if Ole Miss beats them soundly, those same people are going to be like, see, I told you they were overrated. No, you're diminishing your own accomplishment. This is a good team. If Ole Miss handles them, that's a really good win.
Great sign. Great sign for the future.
Keinholz, I believe, the quarterback, the Ohio State transfer. He's from one of the Dakotas and signed with Ohio State and transferred to Louisville. Did get, I think, one start a season ago. Mm-hmm. But anyway. And then Missouri at number 25.
Kind of a surprise, especially with Hardy, still being out. But maybe another one you were just talking about, the benefit of the doubt. Missouri's been a pretty consistent football program over the past couple of seasons, and people are just willing to admit and willing to think going into the year that they can be a 8-win. 25th means you're an 8-4 team.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying. You think this can be an 8-4 football team. They can be. They absolutely can be.
Tend to agree. This is the first season since 2011 that Clemson started the season unranked. 15 years they have gone without starting the season ranked. And I don't know what to read into it. Dabo's talking in a way that I think he might like his team.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm talking myself into that because, he's doing this. I mean, yeah, we got a bunch of dudes out there. None of them stand out. Yeah. Like that kind of stuff. He is really downplaying the team he has. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means because they still recruit well. They just don't portal well.
Right.
Because they don't try. But I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. But first time in 15 years, how the mighty have fallen.
I mean, they shouldn't be ranked though.
No, not at all.
They were 6-6 last year, I believe, and they lose their quarterback and some other key players. There's no reason to rank them. So here's what do you think about this when we get back? I hate the way that ESPN and everybody they're like, oh, playoff. But let's look at what the playoff would be based on if these rankings never change throughout the year. You want to do that when we come back?
Go for it.
All right, we'll do that. When we come back, what would the college football playoffs look like if nothing changed between now and then? I think you'll be interested in my ideas on it because we'll see. We'll do that when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi, closer and closer to the start of the college football season. We'll be back in just a minute.
From the
place for crazy people.
If it's sports in Mississippi, you'll hear about it here. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
By the way, Arkansas, Texas, Kentucky each have 7 opponents ranked in the preseason top 25. Pretty exclusive list with 6. It includes Oklahoma, Michigan, Ohio State, Texas A&M, and both Mississippi State and Ole Miss each play 6 teams ranked in the preseason top 25. Shout out the SEC. Really appreciate you guys making the schedules even more difficult this year. Certainly will not backfire at all. And, that's brutal, though. Mississippi State has 6 SEC opponents ranked. Ole Miss has 5, with Louisville, of course, being the 6th from out of conference.
The difference is that State plays Ole Miss, and Ole Miss can't play themselves.
Yes. But that's crazy. I mean, it's just brutal is absolutely what that is. Literally half the games against ranked teams. It's nuts.
Yeah. And, I mean, I think Vanderbilt received some votes for I don't know if Minnesota did or not, but
I don't know if Minnesota did. Vanderbilt did. Florida did.
Yeah.
And Auburn got 3. I want to know who voted Auburn. And maybe they end up ranked. It's happened. And you can get a path there.
Yeah.
But starting the season, come on, guys.
I agree.
All right.
So, like I said, I always get mad at the ESPN when they're talking about week 1. Let's talk about the playoffs. Let's talk about the playoff. But we're going to do it anyway. All right. So based on this, nothing changes, right? What the AP top 12 is, the college football playoff top 12. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Tell me what you think. I am going to finagle this just a little bit, right? Texas Tech is 12th. Our one seeds, or our top 4 seeds, the guys that get the byes, Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia again, and Notre Dame. Georgia getting tired of going to the Sugar Bowl. Don't you think that the Big 12 champion Texas Tech is getting in over an at-large SEC or Big 10 team?
All right, there's still automatic bids.
Are there?
There are still automatic bids.
The ACC champ didn't get in last year.
Because 2 conference champions
made. Oh, so one Big 12 team has to get in?
But they changed it, and I don't remember exactly what they changed in order to avoid getting the 2 again. So
yes, the Big 12 champion receives a guaranteed automatic.
Yes, no matter what. So okay. Texas Tech gets in this over LSU.
Okay, so let's take it there. So 5 versus 12. 12 is not Texas Tech. It's the Group of 6 champion.
Correct, and there is no group.
There is no Group of 6
ranked.
team ranked. So who do I pick?
Army.
No, I'm going to go UNLV.
My world, my kingdom, as the kids say, for a service academy in the playoff.
It'd be awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I think Texas hosts UNLV in the first round there. So we said LSU would be out in this scenario. So you would have Indiana hosting Texas Tech, the two of the 3.
I'm in for that.
Call them Johnny-come-latelys or whatever of the college football playoff era, the NIL transfer portal era. Those 2 schools. Number 7, Miami would host Oklahoma. Lovely rematch. Lovely rematch of the 1985 or the 1987. Orange Bowl. And then number 8, Texas A&M would host number 9, Ole Miss in the college football playoff.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's if nothing were to change, everything held to chalk the whole way through, and nobody went up or down in the rankings. There you go. I also love that. I mean, you're talking about Alabama being 13th. That means that they're saying no playoff for Alabama. That's the early opinion on that. Yep. I don't know how that will go over in Tuscaloosa. I'll just be totally honest with you. Not
well at all.
I think if you're Ole Miss, if you're 9th and you don't get to host, it sucks. But
if you get back into the playoff,
you don't care. You don't care.
You're good.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, based on just if you told me ask me who the better football team is right now, I would absolutely tell you that it's Ole Miss over Texas A&M.
That would be something. Sawing varsity's horns off. There is almost every year, it's not exclusively every year, but almost every year, a team from outside of the preseason top 25 finishes inside of the top 10. Who is that? This year, who is that?
Outside the top 25.
Finishes in the top 10.
Texas Tech is the easy answer.
No, outside the top 25 that finishes in the top 10.
Oh.
That does happen quite often.
I need to see the receiving votes. Hold on, let me get the AP here. I was on the ESPN looking thing here. All right. That's going to be a tough one. Florida is probably my answer.
Florida's a good one.
Honestly, looking through the teams that are getting votes, yes, I would go Florida. I think Florida's going to end up being a top 15 team when it's all said and done. I like the Gators a lot.
For some reason, I think somebody out of the Big 12, like a Kansas State or something, is going to just shock people. I don't know who, but one of them.
That's a tough one. You've already got...
That'll go like 10-2 somehow.
You've already got 3 Big 12 teams, 4 Big 12 teams in the top 25. You're talking about the 5th place team out of the Big 12. I don't know about that. It's
got to be somebody.
That's a hot take.
And then, it's like 40% of the top 25 will not be ranked at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can find that.
for some reason, I shouldn't doubt Indiana. I do kind of think that there will be a stepping backwards, which means, like a 9-3 season or something like that. But I don't foresee Indiana maintaining this pace of averaging 0.5 losses per season much further. I do think that there will be a slight normalization in 26 for Indiana.
I don't know. I like Josh Hoover. Going into the season, I like Josh Hoover better than I liked Fernando Mendoza. They brought back this 5-for-5 thing. If it holds, they brought back 2 of their best defensive players. They had a good transfer portal class. They have the best coach. I don't know that you're right.
This vote for Virginia Tech from the outside finishing, I can see that. I like where your head is.
It's possible. They upgraded their
better coach.
They're better at coach, and that's the main thing, right?
Let's see their schedule. See if
I'm really trying to find this thing. There were, I think it was 12 teams started the year in the top 25. Here we go. Yeah, these teams were in the top 25 last year. And they all finished unranked. Penn State, LSU, Clemson, Tennessee, Boise State, South Carolina, Kansas State, Arizona State, SMU, Florida, Iowa State, and Illinois. All preseason top 25 last year, all finished the season unranked.
That's a lot. That is a whole lot.
It's just a big number. I mean, how are those of us who are, I'm not saying we're the smartest guys in the world or anything, but I feel like I know college football well enough to not miss that badly. That half of the top 25, we're not even talking about being in the playoff or anything like that. We're just talking about finishing the season ranked. How are we missing that badly? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I think it's the volatility.
Well, obviously there's volatility, but it shouldn't be this much.
Especially in the portal era. Yeah, Virginia Tech does have a pretty tough schedule. My goodness. They're at Clemson, which roll your eyes if you will, but still. At SMU, at Miami. That's, for an ACC team, that's not easy. This is kind of crazy. They have 5. They have 6 road games. Virginia Tech this year. They're only playing 6 home games.
That's no good.
Whoever scheduled that wasn't thinking very clearly.
It's one of those things that happens every now and then. You just contract goes one way, and then the conference. Yeah, a lot of these
they got screwed by conference realignment.
Exactly. I was going to say a lot of these out of conference things were already set in stone before the conferences completely had these shifts. Yeah. Could have easily gone another way. Could have just I don't know who they play out of conference, but if they were
Maryland in College Park.
Yeah, that could have been hey, in 2020, when this was scheduled in 2015, if they had scheduled it the different way, we wouldn't be having that problem. So,
James Franklin, not satisfied with the size of his office, has been tearing some walls down to get more office at Virginia Tech.
That's apparently something that's going on in that area, like the Virginia, Washington area. People aren't satisfied with their area, how much room they have. They're completely redoing their offices, oval and otherwise. More on Cross in the morning.
Or on Cross in the morning with Mandy hosting tomorrow again, I believe.
So.
We're in the Pearl River Resort studio. We're really glad you're with us. A player at Mississippi State has entered the transfer portal.
Kind of.
So we gotta.
You're talk. Really stretching here, Borkey.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, what the heck? Well, we'll tell you about it when we come back.
in the Venable Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi. To the junction, in the groove, and to the top. Sports Talk Mississippi on Super Talk Mississippi.
You guys may remember a couple months ago, maybe longer than that now, an important member of Mississippi State's portal class, Brandon Sneh, the UAB offensive tackle transfer, was ruled ineligible by the NCAA and chose not to go the legal route or anything, just, what was done. Didn't get picked up by an NFL team, I don't believe, and never to be heard from again. But during this Colorado court case that gave players an extra year, I guess Hadad, he was part of a suit that was able to kind of what I think Mississippi State should end up doing to get their players eligible, and so now he's good to go. He's got another judge to allow him to enter the transfer portal and all that, and he has chosen to do that. I am kind of baffled by this. I mean, maybe he never showed up to Mississippi State or whatever, but I don't know how many options you're going to have, and maybe it's a lot. Joining a training camp 2 weeks before the season begins via transfer portal. I don't know what your options would be as opposed to just staying where you were and working out just in case this happened, but he is on the market apparently.
If I'm a Mississippi State fan, the way I'm going to view this, maybe want to view it. Maybe you want to view it this way, but it feels like maybe with State's offensive line situation, for them to tell this guy, yeah, you can get in the portal, no problem. We'll let you go. They must feel pretty good about the guys they have.
Well, they have to enter him in the portal.
They do, but they could also. It could be a situation where they're like, no, we don't want you to go.
Yeah.
We've got a good NIL deal, and we want you to stay, and all of that, also, to answer, do they have to? The portal's not open. The only way
a separate judge ruled that he has to be allowed to.
All right, well then, but yeah, you would think if State truly wanted to keep him, is he going to get a better offer than possibly competing for left tackle at an SEC institution? Probably not. So we'll see how that all works out for him. To me, I look at it as if State is willing to let him go that easy, then they must feel pretty good about the guys they have in front of him.
I mean, if I were Ole Miss, I'd kick the tires. I don't know how many options he would have. He would not start.
Yeah.
But you need depth, and so I would reach out to him. Hey, you want to come play in the SEC, even though you were already in the SEC.
Want to go play at a different SEC?
A different SEC school?
Yeah.
But because, again, I don't think he would start, but I would certainly call him. You need the depth, and he would provide that. It's a weird deal, though. Again, maybe I'm totally misreading the situation. I feel like it would have been much wiser to just keep working out and stay where you were while you're fighting these legally and give yourself a chance to play. Because, somebody's going to want a tackle. Mm-hmm. Somebody. But who is that somebody that would give you an opportunity to actually go start somewhere? I don't know. A lot of schools probably looking for depth as opposed to, hey, come in here and compete for a starting job.
That's what I would think too. But we shall see. It's very interesting to see him go into the portal like that. I thought, and what a weird, almost kind of flaky kind of thing, right? Doesn't want to fight for the year of eligibility, right? State's like, hey, we'll fight for you. We'll go to court. We can win this. Now I'm willing to move on. Then this happens, and he's like, oh, I can't wait to get back on the college football field. Like, where was this attitude a few months ago when you could have just been at State practicing and probably be lined up for a starting position right now? It's just a weird guy.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. I know that there's message board rumors saying that he's going to Ole Miss. That if true, that'd be great for Ole Miss. You've got added depth at tackle.
Yeah, I think that's all it is. It's just depth.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a tackle. I mean, remember that when he was at State, it was like, how tall is this guy really?
Yeah.
He's listed at one thing. They say he's another. That's the reason they weren't super interested in him at first. And then when they realized they weren't getting Jordan Seaton, it was like, well, take what we can get, I guess. I don't know.
601-879-4395, the C Spire text line. Speaking of offensive tackles, you're going to hear from one, although he's more of a guard, but he will do both for Ole Miss this season. Tomorrow at the Not Fall Camp Tour, Keith Carter's going to sit down with us. Javon Patterson's going to sit down with us. You'll hear from Pete Golding. He was going to come sit with us until I told him that Hadad would be there, and he was like, never mind, we'll just have to record this. And so we're going to do that instead, just to avoid any trouble there. Chris Malloy going to join us and more. So come by and see us tomorrow. The final leg of the Not Fall Camp Tour presented by our friends at Pearl River Resort. You know the drill. It is Monday. At 4 o'clock, we do winners and losers. We want yours. Send them in on the C Spire text line, 601-879-4395. What did you like from the weekend? What did you not like from the weekend? What stood out? Good or bad, let us know. Send them in. We will do ours, and then we'll get to yours on the other side of the news.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Sports. On your radio and in the game. Super Talk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Brian Hadad, Michael Borkey back with you on Monday. We're in the Pearl River Resort Studios. The C Spire text line is open to you at 601-879-4395. On Tuesday, September 15th, make plans to join us at Ag Up Equipment in Canton for their kickoff to deer season customer appreciation event. We'll be broadcasting the show live, and Ag Up has put together a great afternoon and evening for customers, hunters, landowners, and anyone who enjoys the outdoors. Starting at 5:30, they're serving free hamburgers. So, Borkey, just to let you know, on September 15th, after 5:30, I'm out. I got I got things to do. And from 6 to 8, the 90s country music cover band, the Honky Tonk Playboys, which coincidentally was Michael Borkey's nickname in high school. Honky Tonk Playboy.
That's right.
I don't know how many people knew that.
I was my senior class's Mr. Best Looking. So.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
I can believe that, though, you big gold Adonis. Plus, throughout the afternoon, you'll find local vendor booths, giveaways, outdoor industry partners, and special equipment offers from Ag Up. Whether you're getting ready for deer season or taking care of your property this fall or just looking for a great event, this is the perfect opportunity to stop by. Again, that's Tuesday, September 15th from 3 until 8 at Ag Up Equipment, located at 160 Calhoun Commerce Drive Park in Canton. Come see us, enjoy a free meal, register for giveaways, and spend the evening with Ag Up. We look forward to seeing you there. It's Monday. It's 4 o'clock. You know what's up. Winners and losers.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
We got winners. We got losers.
Americans love a winner and will not tolerate a loser.
Winner never win, and a winner never quit.
What'd you like from the weekend? What did you not like? Let us know on the C Spire text line, 601-879-4395. Michael Borkey, as they say in France. What'd you like? What's your winner?
One of the last times we'll do golf for a while, Scotty Scheffler just reminded everybody what he was all about this weekend in Memphis. Dominating 8-shot win at the FedEx St. Jude Championship, and it's a little bittersweet. Next year's probably going to be, not probably, it's going to be the last one of those, at least in this format. Hopefully St. Jude can still benefit locally from a golf tournament. It just won't be the best players in the world anymore after next year, so that's sad to see. But Scotty finally figured the putter out. It just also was really consistent off the tee, and the strokes gain, he was awesome. Just pure domination. It's like winning the Super Bowl. No, a major would be a Super Bowl. It'd be like winning your wild card weekend playoff game 42-3. I mean, just true dominance over the rest of the field. And cool moment on Saturday, he was renting a house behind the 18th tee. And he's in the final group, and he's walking up to the tee, and there's his wife and kids just in the backyard of the house, like, "Hey, Dad," like,
must be nice.
Play well out there.
Very cool.
Good stuff. So, I mean, he's watching. It's kind of boring, hey, Dad, because he's so technically. His swing is goofy, but in terms of course management, it's just so. Okay, do this, execute it beautifully. Do this, execute it beautifully. It's not electric. It's just robotic, and some people don't appreciate it. I do. The robotic nature of his dominance is special, and he reminded everybody that that's still in there this weekend.
Very good. Mine might surprise you, but we were just talking about it. The Ole Miss Rebels. I really do think that right now, as it stands, Ole Miss has the respect of the college football world. You have the team, despite losing Lane Kiffin and losing some key players. I mean, there isn't really a whole lot of doubt that Uman would be a starter. I think Harper would probably be a starter on that offensive line.
I think he would.
I think Watkins would be, at least at the very minimum, be in the mix at the receiver position.
Would definitely have a role.
You know, Kiffin and Weiss are respected coaches. Well, respected might be a tough word, but you see what I'm getting at. And yet they're preseason top 10 in both polls. You've got Andy and Ari doing a podcast where they label Trinidad Chambliss as the face of college football. Everybody seems to be pretty high on them. So, like I said, I don't know who that was that said that Ole Miss has been disrespected this offseason. It may have been Larry who was getting us on the. No,
it was a guy that covers the team. Actually, I was very surprised to see that take because you're right. They've been getting nothing but respect and benefit of the doubt.
Ole Miss has been, And I think part of it is that Ole Miss, people want Ole Miss to be successful. I should be very clear on this. Some people want Ole Miss to be successful because of the way it went with Kiffin. They would like to see. I think there are some national people who are like, that was not the right way for Lane Kiffin to handle things. I hope Ole Miss has a good year despite him, kind of thing. People are on board with Pete Golding and Ole Miss. It's up to him to keep them up there. But they've been a winner of the offseason.
Somebody says, did we just hear Borkey say that watching Scotty play golf is boring? No, there are people that think that it's boring. I am not one of those. There is a robotic nature to when he's dominant like this that turns some people. I mean, even the No Laying Up podcast I was listening to this morning, and these are guys that have made a living on golf, and one of them was like, I was kind of bored. So I don't think so, but it's not an uncommon opinion held in the golf world anyway. Loser?
Go ahead.
Now, it's a good loser, but the Tad Smith Coliseum. I don't know, hey, Dad, if you've seen the pictures, they have really begun dismantling the old spaceship. Everybody just assumed the aliens were going to come down and bring it home, but even they don't want their technology anymore. And it is fascinating to watch a building like that just get taken away piece by piece by piece. And I'll send you pictures, or hey, Dad, drive by it if you have time tomorrow when you're in town. It's wild to see a place that has so many memories, mostly good, a lot bad, a lot funny, just get dismantled like that, and it'll be cleared away, and it'll be like parking and stuff in that space instead. It's going away.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about. Like, at State, all of the stuff that was there when I was in college is still there. Like, Davis Wade Stadium is still there. The hump is not going anywhere. Duty Noble Field not going anywhere. And Ole Miss, you can move over to the pavilion. Okay, well, the Tad Pad is still there. Now it's gone. And, there will be a generation of Ole Miss fans that never knew that it existed, almost, right? It'll just be like, it's just a parking lot. It's where we park on football game days. So,
yeah.
Was it a dump? Yes, but it was your dump. And sometimes that's enough. I used to not like Tony Vitello because he made Tennessee good in baseball. And I was like, I don't like it when Tennessee is good in baseball. There's enough good teams in the SEC. I don't need another one. And I didn't like the way that he coached their team, and I didn't like all the off-the-field antics and all that. But now I don't like him because he's ruined my team. the Giants are an embarrassment of baseball. They're so bad. They just recently, after the trade deadline, basically dumped everybody, and now we're gonna go through a rebuild. But where was that talk a few months ago? The Giants right now, after losing a series to the Colorado Rockies, which is never good, they're one game out of last in the NL West. They're 22 games under 500. I did say it. I did make this prediction. I said the Giants have gotten tired of going 81-81 every year. And now they bring in Vitello. Either they're going to win 100 games or they're going to lose 100 games. Well, it appears like it's going to be the latter. So maybe I just wasn't ever meant to like Tony Vitello, because that's certainly where I am right now. Tony Vitello and the Giants, losers.
Oh, just wait, hey, Dad. For 2 years from now, Mike Bianco retires and Ole Miss hires
Well,
Tony
you know
Vitello.
what? He can just slide right in there, and I'll be like, I already didn't like him.
Didn't Dave Van Horn
just re-upped through 2031?
All right, so when the Giants fire Vitello after this season, I guess he'll have to wait a while, though, because the seasons don't end. But the seasons don't end at the same time.
Well, the other side of that is, like, does Tennessee just be like, we'll bring you back?
I would absolutely. In a heartbeat.
I would tell Elander, like, appreciate you, but you got to move on.
You can work for your old guy. That's up to you, but he's coming back. Any other winners and losers from the weekend?
Just watching the Saints play was a winner. Just seeing the Saints out there, and realizing that no Shuck, no Olave, none of the starters are out there. Cam Jordan on the sidelines, who looks fantastic. Can't wait to see him getting after quarterbacks. But so definitely a winner. And then from a loser perspective, this meme, it's not really a meme, but it's a picture going around of Michael Penix and Tua Tagovailoa, where this guy, I can't. The Falcons are going to be a train wreck. I can't wait.
Gosh, they're horrible.
They legitimately, Arch Manning may be it. It'd be kind of funny if Arch Manning went to Atlanta, wouldn't it?
Oh, no.
Could happen.
Could you imagine?
Well, I mean, that's how it works.
How do you think Archie would feel about that?
Not great. Probably better than he would have felt if for some reason Arch had ended up at Mississippi State.
Or Cleveland.
Yeah, but I'm going to imagine that's kind of low. But, the Falcons, they do not look like a good football team. So, All right. When we come back, we'll go to the C Spire text line. You guys are lighting us up with winners and losers, so we'll go over all of those in just a minute. Sports Talk Mississippi here with you on a Monday. We'll be back.
In the Venable Sports Talk Mississippi. Sports Talk Mississippi.
You know I love sports.
On Super Talk Mississippi.
All right, a metric ton of these on the C Spire text line. Your winners and losers from the weekend. Josh Baez of the Cardinals hitting 3 home runs in his Major League debut. We didn't talk at all about the Field of Dreams game, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a winner for it, so get to that, and then we can. Okay. I know where you want to go with the loser. I know where you want to
go. Loser Jaden Daniels. He's just been getting roasted all weekend long. Winner, America less than 2 weeks until college football. Loser, me, for being a Golden Eagle football fan. I wouldn't go that far.
Calm down now.
Winner, Jaden Daniels, for showing me I need to work on how petty I can be.
We got work to do, guys.
Winners, me and my son on Pickwick Lake this weekend. 4-pound bass and his first white bass. Look at those things, man.
All right, here it is. Winner, Kyle Schwarber hitting a leadoff tank into the corn in the Field of Dreams game. Loser, a game based on a movie that featured players who were banned for gambling having was it DraftKings or FanDuel logo out there. Shoeless Joe Jackson must be rolling in his grave.
They opened the game mimicking Shoeless Joe Jackson walking through the corn onto the field. And they covered that corn up with a FanDuel ad.
Yep.
And nobody involved is like, maybe we should let Shoeless Joe in the Hall of Fame because during the Black Sox scandal, he had the best series of his career.
Right.
So he probably didn't even do it anyway. But that's a conversation maybe for another day.
Yeah.
Frank Gore Jr. had a touchdown for the Bills. Loser NFL for only playing preseason games on the NFL Network. How do they get people to get cable packages to...
I don't know what you're talking about, by the way. I watched the Saints on ABC locally.
Yeah, they were local.
Yeah.
Although, hey, local programmers. I don't know. I would call you out individually, and I don't like doing that, but I would. When the Cowboys and the Saints are playing at the same time, when the entire state of Mississippi has the Saints game on, and whoever controls the Jackson stations, puts the Cowboys game on, you're wrong. You're making the wrong decision. There are more Saints fans in this area than Cowboys fans in this area. You look at the map, and they put these maps out every week. You are surrounded by the Saints game coverage locally. Except for you. You choose Cowboys. I don't know who you are. You need to not make that decision anymore because you're wrong. You're simply wrong. There are a lot of Mississippi State fans that love watching Dak play. There are more people in Mississippi that would rather see the Saints play than the Cowboys. Just period. Look around, and if you're the only... Sometimes standing out's a good thing. Other times, if you're the only one that thinks 1 + 1 = 3, you're wrong. Drives me crazy. It will happen this year. Although, luckily, the Cowboys play so many afternoon and primetime games that...
Yeah, it happens like once a year, but that one day is annoying.
Loser, PJ
They really
Tour.
should, real quick, YouTube TV, there should be a day, you should be able to get a Sunday pass for Sunday. Like one day. Like, I need it today. My team's not on my local channel.
Yep.
I should be able to pay $20 and just be able to watch that game.
Loser the PGA Tour for dropping Memphis and St. Jude from their schedule after 58 years. So they're still working on that. It's not that they've dropped Memphis completely. It just Southwind is not going to get the championship series event anymore, and I hate it because this region of the country really cares about golf. The tour doesn't go to Alabama. Tour doesn't go to Mississippi anymore. Now it's not going to Tennessee. You've got a lot of golf fans here and great courses, and you're not using them. But it's hard to sell Memphis in August to players. If they did this event in late March, late April, be a little bit different. But I hate it. I hate it. We're losing tournaments, and that really sucks.
Winner from Lucas and Union Park Lane Academy football get to go on vacation Friday. Play Gulf Shores High School at Gulf Shores, who's coached by Mark Hudspeth. Loser is 2 Chainz. No-showed the Lil Wayne concert at the Brandon Amphitheater.
Yeah, I know people that were mad about that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I followed up with, why are you at the Lil Wayne concert?
Yeah, I get it.
He plays guitar now, apparently. And the videos...
2 Chainz?
No, Lil Wayne.
Oh.
And not well. He's got to do a little bit more practice before he pulls that thing out.
Loser, Angel Reese, missing a wide-open layup. No defense within 5 feet of her, and then missing a 6-inch putback to win the game. First time watching? If ever that's her, that's not a problem.
Yeah. Well, what is that guy on Instagram call her? The butter pecan bang guy.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
What does he call her?
I don't know. Loser, people who scheduled weddings for Week 10 of college football. Who are these people? What's Week 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss, Georgia, Mississippi State, Vandy, Oklahoma, Florida, Auburn. Yeah, those people are losers. Come right out and say it. This kid could be a loser or a winner. Loser that he had a cotton mouth in his helmet. Winner that he didn't get his head buttoned up. I saw the video of that. That's unbelievable.
Insanity.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Sinking it in water is pretty genius, by the way.
Yeah, that gets them out of there. Here we go. Winner, Lil Wayne put on a great show. Guitar not great, but won the stage otherwise.
He looks like he's in good shape, and like all of his tattoos are gone. Okay. That has to. Have you ever seen the tattoo removal procedure?
I'm sure it's painful.
Oh my gosh!
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't get a tattoo either. So.
He sat through some. We can get it. What tattoo would fit Brian Hadad the most? If you had to get a tattoo, which one? Not like a punishment tattoo, but like get one that would fit you. What would that be?
You would say 4X on there? I don't know. That would fit me. I would not get a tattoo, so there isn't one.
Have I told the tattoo story from a fraternity formal on this show? We were in New Orleans. So it wasn't my fraternity, but we were in New Orleans for ours.
Uh-huh.
And on Sunday, we got the buses out in front of the hotel, and I think they're from Texas A&M. There's also a fraternity there doing their formal, and they were sitting in the lobby just like we were, hungover as you know what, just waiting to leave. And there is a guy that has, I mean, you've seen a hotel lobby on a Sunday morning in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Just his face is buried into his hands. Yeah. And
living a life of regret and shame.
I'm sitting in there. There's a group of us sitting in there too. And somebody elbows him and goes, "Show the tat." And all of his buddies are like, "Yeah, show the tat, show the tat." He stands up, pulls his pants down.
Oh, no, tramp stamped him?
He had the signature of everybody in his pledge class tattooed on his hiney. Covered both cheeks.
Why?
And it had just happened like the day before. It was raw. And just
why? But why, though?
Because he drank enough that they talked him into it and found a tattoo artist without ethics, and bang, there it is.
There's not enough alcohol in the city of New Orleans to convince me to do that, or anything like that, to be honest with you.
Covered both
rough.
Butt cheeks, man.
That's no good. No chance.
Imagine, you get married the first time your wife sees you. You don't tell people about that until it's too late, right? Like no turning back. How do you even... Like, hey, honey, look at this,
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
Oh, by the way.
Yeah, like, when you will eventually be in a relationship, somebody might see your rear end. How do you explain that? I got a bunch of dudes' names there. That's rough. I don't know who I feel worse for, by the way, the guy or some... Think about it the other way around, right? Your name is on some guy's rear end. That's not great either.
A bunch of guys.
Like,
a whole group of them.
What's worse? Me having Michael Borkey's name on my rear end or Michael Borkey having his name on my rear end? Which is worse? People are going to ask, why is it there? Why him? I'm just saying. I feel like there are no winners in that situation.
Somebody says, loser Hardy for not performing in Davis Wade Stadium. Here's... The question I have for you, though, do you think that they can stage a concert on a field a night before a game?
Yeah, they can't, just in case you're wondering.
Like that would be destructive
they
to
would
the
never
field.
They would never schedule a football stadium concert during football season.
No.
Like even an off weekend, you couldn't do it.
Unless you had a turf field. That's the only way.
A turf field you could do it, yes. But like when Morgan Wallen played at Ole Miss, it wasn't during football season.
No.
So.
Yeah, you can't do that on the field the night before a game.
No.
But concerts and stuff, you got to do those things. It's a great way to make money and not having to necessarily bleed your fans dry at every turn. Maybe you can give them something back with, you got Nate Bargatze coming to both Oxford and Starkville, Ella Langley, Hardy. You got to do this kind of stuff. It's creative. I like it. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
From the Seabrook.
Let's go.
This is your new home for exclusive sports coverage here in the Magnolia State. Sports Talk Mississippi on Super Talk Mississippi.
Is it 100 teams time?
We got two to get to.
We got two to get to. Let's make it happen. 100 teams in 100 days.
This day is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. This day is bananas.
100 teams in 100 days.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! It's the final countdown.
Team number 13 on the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days. We go out west to the Big Ten because that is a thing that we have to say now. There it is.
Oh,
goodness gracious.
Come on. That's a great fight song, too. We're not going to get this?
No, gosh. Computer's freezing. I'm losing my voice. We're not having a great day. USC, team number 13 on the countdown. I've got the spinning wheel of death right now on the computer in here. That's okay. We'll just imagine what is one of the more impressive bands in college sports, by the way. USC's marching band is electric, and they are big, and they're loud. Maybe this will work. There we go. They play at the LA Memorial Coliseum, one of the more, I don't know if iconic venues in American sports is accurate, but it did host an Olympics after all, and it will do so again here in a couple of summers. Just over 93,000 is the official listed capacity for football when it gets played there anyway. It also went through a pretty extensive renovation with the press box area. Cut out some seats and updated some things. But, really well-known and recognized venue right there in Los Angeles. Lincoln Riley, if you can believe this will be year 5 for Lincoln Riley as the head coach at USC. I can remember vividly when Oklahoma went 10-2, and after Bedlam, there were so many questions. Are you staying? Are you going? What are you doing? He ends up taking the USC job, goes 11-3 in year 1, and then 2 years later, they joined the Big Ten. 7-6 and 9-4 his first 2 years in the Big Ten. They opened really well last year, and then things kind of lost track. 4-0 start with wins over Missouri State, Georgia Southern, Purdue, and Michigan State. But they lost at Illinois by 2, bounced back with a home win over Michigan, went to Notre Dame with a chance anyway to get themselves into the playoff conversation, lost that game. They did beat Nebraska, Northwestern, and Iowa before they went to Oregon and got beat badly. They beat their in-state, in-town rival last season to close the season out before losing to TCU in overtime in the Alamo Bowl last season. Jaden Maiava, the quarterback, he's from, Palolo, Hawaii.
Sure.
And he's big dude, every bit of 6'4", 235 pounds. People like him, especially at the next level. 3,700 passing yards last year, 24 touchdowns to just 10 interceptions. I say just 10 interceptions. That's not nothing. That's a higher number than they would like at USC. But completed 66% of his passes, and he's a quality player. And they think that there's a chance that he could slip up into the first round, into the top 10 type stuff if he's healthy and maintains this trajectory. But that's a lot of jumping that he has to do in order to get there. But they do like him out there at USC.
He's a good player.
They open week 0 with San Jose State, then Fresno State before hosting Louisiana. So 3 straight home games against 2 California teams, or 2 West Coast teams anyway, and then Louisiana for whatever that's worth.
Sure.
And then they go to Rutgers for a conference game. USC goes to Rutgers.
For a conference game.
For a conference game.
Yeah.
Sure. Then they host Oregon and Washington before going to Penn State. Have an off week. Go to Wisconsin. Host Ohio State. Have another off week. Go to Indiana. Host Maryland. And then go to the Rose Bowl, which is in town, and they will have more fans at the game, but still technically a road game to close the season out this year. Difficult schedule, but a team that people out west think is a good one. And Lincoln Riley is not shied away from expectations. They are really invested, and they have high expectations for him this year. I don't know if he's on the hot seat necessarily, but a really bad season, and he might be.
I think if he's not in the playoff, he's in trouble. I really do. You go to USC, they expect you to be in the college football playoff. Not that they've ever been, but that's the expectation. This is USC. Let's fight on. This is all the Heisman trophies and national titles, so for sure. All right, best restaurant in Los Angeles. I mean, Los Angeles is a big area, right? You might not be anywhere near USC. So I Googled best restaurants near the Southern Cal campus, and here's what we came up with. Borkey, do you like breakfast for dinner?
Always.
Then we're going to Jackson Joe, a breakfast all-day kind of place. All right. I got to be honest with you. You go to a breakfast place, right? They're like, hey, would you like to get some pancakes? Sure. All right, would you like 2 or 3? Those are your options most places, right? Not at Jackson Joe. You can get up to 7. 7 pancakes. It's only $24, too. That's not a terrible price for 7 pancakes.
In L.A.
That's not bad at all. And they got all kinds of pancakes. They got the Pudgy Elvis, pancakes topped with peanut butter, bananas, butter, and sprinkled with powdered sugar. They got the Fight On, bacon pancakes. They got they got all sorts of pancakes. The Aloha Boy, 3 pancakes with pineapple puree topped with toasted coconut butter and sprinkled with powdered sugar. Okay? They got French toast. They got omelets. They got create-your-own omelets with about 20 different kind of toppings here. They got all the choices for the sides: bacon, turkey bacon, sausage, turkey sausage, Portuguese sausage, ham, Spam. You get a side of pure maple syrup. Syrup.
Maple what?
Syrup. They got it all. This place looks really, really good. I like breakfast. How late are they open? Now, okay, we can't get breakfast for dinner. They're only open until 2:30. But you can get breakfast for lunch. So you can have brunch. Isn't that what they call that? Brunch. So,
yeah.
If you're in Southern California, if you're near the campus of USC, you want to grab a stack of pancakes and some bacon and sausage, well, you head over to Jackson Joe and you tell them that Borkey and Hadad sent you.
I don't take you for a brunch guy.
I'm not a real big brunchy guy. I'd rather just eat breakfast or lunch. Like, after 11, it's lunch. Like, if we go on a Sunday and they're like, oh, it's brunch, I'm having – and what time is it? If we're there after 11, I'm getting lunch things. If we're there before 11, I'll get breakfast things.
I just don't like that we're creating new words for things. Why don't you just call it a late breakfast or an early lunch?
An early lunch, yeah.
We have to combine the two.
So what about, like, brunch related, like a breakfast burger? It's not really a burger. It's a sausage patty. But it's got bread. It looks like a burger. They got an egg on there. What do you think?
I mean, I'm in.
I guess.
Although the alcohol choices at brunch are pristine.
They are better. They are better. I'm not a mimosa, Bloody Mary kind of guy, though. That's the problem with me.
Watching you drink a mimosa would make me laugh so hard. I don't know why.
I've tried one. I don't really like orange juice. I'll drink a screwdriver.
Ooh, those are the best. Tailgate.
You get a buzz and your recommended daily allowance of vitamin C.
I mean, they allow you to push on through the full day. That's why you start to
antioxidants.
Yeah, Bloody Marys do the same thing though. They help prep you.
I don't drink tomato. Tomato belongs on pizza and pasta. That's the only place for tomato.
It's so good though.
You'll take
especially with the olives and.
I don't want all that.
Ooh, a blue cheese filled olive that's been sitting in your spicy Bloody Mary that also soaks in that. Yeah, that's an elite bite.
I'll take your word for that. That's never going to happen. Yeah. Beer and vodka tonics. That's really the only cocktails I'm getting behind. I will have the occasional screwdriver, but it is very occasional.
Yeah.
I'm not a big beer before lunch guy either. A 9 a.m. beer, it's like when water hits chocolate. Like it just seize up. I can't deal with it. I gotta start the day under normal circumstances.
You're not built different. That's all.
I'm not. I'm built very. Maybe I am built different because there are a lot of other people can do that and I can't.
You are built, yeah. This is the non-cool kind of being built different.
Oh, is that what I am? I'm not cool. All right. I've spilled more beer in my life than you've drank, Borkey.
There's a 0% chance that's accurate.
We'll see.
Old man.
I got years of experience on you.
I am with you though. The morning beers are not good. That's why you got to go.
Yeah. Like morning is. I'll have, like I said, a screwdriver is fine. Are you a whiskey in your coffee kind of guy?
No, I don't like it.
All right.
Well, if you get an Irish coffee,
yeah,
and they put all kinds of sugar and all that crap in it, make it taste good.
Yeah,
that's a different deal.
That's a different situation.
We got another team to get to. We will do that when we come back.
This is Sports Talk Mississippi, right here on SuperTalk.fm, the SuperTalk Mississippi app, and always live on your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station.
We're so fun.
I'm having fun on the text line. Guy said, now we're measuring coolness by how much drinking we partake in. Hadad's fully crossed over. Probably wearing thigh-high shorts and eating cold chicken. And I said, you wish you had legs that looked like mine. You'd wear shorts like that, too.
You're making it sound like I said that, though.
Yeah, well, he knows now that it was me.
I didn't say that.
He knows now. Yeah,
I was also not the one measuring coolness by how much you can drink. That was him.
We're just, and also a statement of fact. We're arguing over factual things.
I guess.
But hey, if you had legs that looked like mine, you'd wear shorts like I do. It is what it is. Not everybody can look like this guy over here.
Who wears short shorts? Borkey wears short shorts.
I think mine are tastefully length. Some guys go a little too far.
Yeah, I don't want there to be a risk when you sit down of me getting a look at something.
See, there's no risk for me.
Okay, that's good.
That's
good. That's good news for me and for everybody out there.
Especially when we have these remotes where we're sitting down places. I got to make sure,
There you go. All right, team number 12 on the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days. We go to the house that Marcus Dupree built.
We've got the USC house.
I can give you Rodney Peete, Sam Darnold, or Matt Barkley. I'll let you pick. This is obviously the Oklahoma Sooners.
Boomer Sooner, Gaylord family. Oklahoma Memorial Stadium is where they play. I've never been to the stadium myself. It's one of the few places in the SEC I have not been, but I have friends that made the trip up to Norman last year and really enjoyed it. The takeaway was basically, it's not going to be your favorite SEC town, but it's like the people were nice, things were clean, the stadium was nice, and it was a really good time. If you're thinking about making a trip one day, every single person I've talked to that made the trip was like, yeah, I had fun. I would go do it again. It's a stadium they just keep renovating. They just keep putting more into it. They are about to put in another $125 million. Although I guess Sooner fans are not particularly pleased with how they look, but they keep adding on, and it's already a really nice-looking venue and a program that is just filled with history. Brent Venables, is he the guy that's going to bring them back to what they think they should be? Bizarre 4 years at Oklahoma. 6-7, 10-3, 6-7, 10-3. Can he find consistency, or is he going to go 6-7 again? That's the big question this year. Last year it was a good team. John Mateer got hurt early, though. You may remember they beat Illinois State, they beat Michigan, but that thumb injury. Questions about, can he play? How long is he going to be out? If he does come back, what's that thumb going to look like? Does he need surgery? And they beat Temple, they beat Auburn in a game that was certainly controversial. They beat Kent State. Texas took easy care of them in the Red River rivalry, because we can't call it shootout anymore. Then they went to South Carolina and won before losing to Ole Miss at home. And a lot of people at the time thought that was a playoff elimination game. Mm-hmm. Loser of that game, not making the playoff. Remember, Ole Miss had just lost the week prior, but Oklahoma rattled off 4 consecutive wins to make that conversation void. They beat Tennessee in Neyland. They beat Alabama in Bryant-Denny. They beat Missouri by a score of 17-6, and they beat LSU by a score of 17-13. So not necessarily an inspiring close to the season, but it does not matter when you get to host a playoff game. They did that. They got out to a commanding lead over Alabama, and they blew it. They choked it away and ended up going 10-3. John Mateer back healthy. All the pictures of him floating around of adding 15 pounds of muscle. I don't know how that helps you play the quarterback position. I guess we'll find out this year when they open the season with UTEP and then they go to Michigan in Week 2. That is a huge Week 2 matchup. They host New Mexico before going to Georgia. So they have road games at Michigan and at Georgia before the calendar turns to October. Ooh. First weekend of October, they have a bye week. Then they go to Dallas to face Texas. They host Kentucky, go to Mississippi State, host South Carolina, go to Florida, host Ole Miss and A&M before closing the season at Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah. No surprise here, right? It's Mexican.
Barbecue. Oh,
Mexican. Tarahumaras, Mexican restaurant, or Mexican cafe and cantina. This is a huge Mexican menu. I've never seen rib fajitas before, but they got them at Tarahumaras. Get a delicious Mexican ribs sauteed with the whole fajita set up. Also, I've never just seen pork fajitas, but they got that there as well. They also have the fajita mix. For $6, it's $125.37. Okay, I'll put that to the test. You put what you call your fajitas for $6 out there in front of me. Let's see how it goes for you. Let's see how it goes. If you're ever in Norman, Oklahoma, and you want to get Mexican, hit up Tarahumaras Mexican Cafe and Cantina and tell them Senor Borkey and Senor Hadad sent you.
College football fix after the news. We'll be back.
You can be a part of Sports Talk Mississippi. 888-808-8637 on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Borkey and Hadad with you. It's just after 5 o'clock. You know what time it is.
The college football fix is driven by your Mississippi Ford dealers. Built Ford tough. That's the best-selling truck in America, the Ford F-150. Are you looking for a new truck? Are you in the market right now? Why are we wasting your time? You know what you're going to do. You're going to go to your local Mississippi Ford dealers today and get a new Ford F-150. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
All right. Friend of the program, John Talty, and others at CBS Sports did some, is canvassing the right word, trying to figure out how much, as many teams as they could compile anyway, are spending on their roster this season. This is as close to accurate as you can get. Even this, there's still wiggle room for numbers, but we know John, and John would not slap a number on this unless he had, did the actual journalism thing instead of just throwing up what an algorithm or Chat GPT says. This is right. Well researched and everything. Something to keep in mind. Every school, doesn't have to, but in the SEC, you have just over $20 million that you give to players. Revenue sharing. And every school in the SEC, I assume, is maxed out. If you're not, see ya. Go down to the Sun Belt because you're not competing in the SEC anymore. It depends on how you distribute it, for example, there's a 100% chance Mississippi State is spending more on their baseball team than Missouri. So,
feel pretty confident in that assessment.
So whatever it is, $22 million, that's not all going to football. That is among all sports, however the school wants to spend it at their discretion. But as you know, there are things like collectives and others to help supplement the spending. So in that context, here are how they ordered them and sorted them, rosters and what were spent on them in college football this year. In the category of more than $40 million, LSU is the first team they list. Biggest price tag, Jordan Seaton. They even say, several sources projecting it could actually be over a $50 million roster. That's why no matter what Lane Kiffin says about, it's only year one, I'm sorry. When you have your boosters drop $50 million on your roster, there ain't no year one, brother.
Yeah.
If you lose that third game, they're not going to, it's his first year when they spent that much money to get it done. Other teams in that category of north of 40. Miami, with Darian Mensah being their biggest price tag. They had to poach him from Duke. Notre Dame, north of 40. C.J. Carr, their highest paid player. Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver, their highest paid player. Oregon, Dante Moore, quarterback, highest paid player. Texas, Cam Coleman, actually, is what they call the big price tag. Not the biggest price tag necessarily. I'd be willing to bet that Arch is getting more than Coleman, but I don't know that for sure.
Simmons might be too.
Either way, Texas north of 40. Texas A&M also north of 40. That's it. That's the category of more than $40 million. Next category, right off the $40 million line, Georgia, Michigan, Ole Miss, Tennessee, USC.
Where are you reading this from?
John Talty at CBS Sports. I even sent you the link to it.
I'm reading the link right now, and it's got Ole Miss as the over 30.
Which is in the same category as Georgia, USC, Michigan, etc.
Okay, I'm not seeing. I guess you must have taken a moment to put it all together, because all I'm seeing is by conference here. So you've confused me here.
Well, listen to my words, not what I sent you, I guess would be the best way to put that. Listen to me instead of reading what I said. You know what I mean? Do as I say, not as I do. I
don't know what to do with you some days. Go ahead.
But that is, if you thought that things weren't going to go, or things were going to go south after Kiffin left with Ole Miss in terms of spending, you were simply wrong. Mississippi State, by the way, as you've said on this show, Hadad, many times, north of 20 with the football roster, football-only roster.
I know. I have been told that it's over 30 this year.
Wow. Total spending or football spending?
Football spending.
It's a big number, Jeff Lebby.
It's got to be that way. They had problems. And honestly, I think a lot of State's money is in retention. You can look at their transfer portal class. You're like, where did they spend $35 million? It's not so much there as keeping Kelly Jones, Isaac Smith, Kamario Taylor, Anthony Evans, Fluff Bothwell. These are all, Zachary Tillman, Tyler Lockhart. These are all players that would have commanded big money in the portal had they gotten out. So I think a lot of what State has is tied up into retention.
Yeah, but that's what you got to do, though. There was some joker. It was like a Kansas City-based radio host that was like, why would Mississippi State spend this much on football? It's like, brother, because do you want to win or not?
What is the other option?
Lose on purpose? It's what you have to do. You can call it the unfortunate reality of the sport, but quite frankly, if you're a Mississippi State fan, there's one of two ways that you can take this. Because it's no surprise to anybody that Ole Miss is spending up in that category, right? That they've been doing it the whole time. They've been trying to win, and they've been winning as a result. But a few years ago, Hadad, Mississippi State football spending was closer to South Alabama than Alabama.
Yeah, when Jeff Lebby took over, Zach Selman took over, Mississippi State was probably less than $5 million. And look, at that time, the biggest roster in the country might have been $20 million. Everybody has gone up, but State was way, way behind the curve as recently as 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, and so that should be encouraging to hear that.
Yeah.
You hope so anyway. And, to be honest with you, having this out there too, and I know these conversations happen privately, but this is a really good signal to you. I hate to say it this way, the next head coach. If it doesn't work this year, this is telling your next head coach that, hey, look, you're in a conference. The money, yeah, exactly. You're in a conference with a bunch of schools that spend, but at least you're not, in the gutter, right? You can build a competitive roster with what, quote unquote, we have here. That's your sales pitch now. Because the sales pitch when you were hiring Lebby, as you said, you didn't have that same ground to stand on that you would right now.
For sure. You could tell a coach at that time, we're going to get there. Zach Selman could have told him, we're going to get there. But now at least you can say, we're there. We're there. You've got the money to compete.
Somebody says if Mississippi State is over $30 million, this is 100% Lebby's last year unless they get to 8 or 9 wins. See, there's no way. Here's the problem with that line of thinking. State now is spending the way they need to. Everybody else in the SEC is spending that much too, though. So it's, talking out of both sides of your mouth, I guess. It's 3 years ago, State was, as I understand it, hey, you correct me if I'm wrong, was way behind.
Yes.
You're not behind anymore.
Right.
But that still doesn't mean it's 9 wins or bust for Jeff Lebby.
I don't think 9, for sure. I think it's
7.
7 and 5. He's absolutely safe to come back for another season.
And then the demand in 27 increases.
Then it becomes, okay, now we need to be in the playoff. We need to be one of those 12 teams. You got Kamario Taylor back for year 2. You're going to obviously build around him. You need to be in that discussion.
So I do see this sentiment sometimes. Sometimes. Not very often. But somebody said we need to spend all our money on baseball, softball, women's basketball, and forget football. We aren't going to get there.
The
football pays for everything.
What you're saying in that statement is Mississippi State needs to move to like FCS.
Go down to the Sun Belt.
No, go further. The Sun Belt puts football first.
Yeah, they care about football a lot.
Yeah. Also, doesn't mention men's basketball in there either. Like, the 2 sports that make money, we don't need to spend any money on. Sir, madam, whichever one you are, that is the kind of attitude that has kept Mississippi State down through the decades. And I'm glad that we seem to finally be purging Mississippi State of it, because that is not an acceptable attitude to have in the year of our Lord 2026. That's a way to get Mississippi State to become the most irrelevant program in the country. If that's what you want, great.
It'll also hurt you on the academic side.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Sports Talk Mississippi, your college football fix, driven by Ford. Most expensive rosters in the sport. There's a lot. We'll be back.
In the Venable Sports Talk Mississippi on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Glad that you guys are with us. We got asked earlier about sustainability, like how much further can this go? And that is a great question, because there's 2 sides to this conversation. It's the people that try to get Congress to write a bill. And then there's people on the other side, kind of like Andy Staples. And the two sides are, one, this is not sustainable. We must stop it now because everybody's heads are going to fall off and sports are going to just disappear forever if we keep spending at this rate. And then there's the other side that says, well, if it's not sustainable, let it work itself out. Let it not sustain, and the market will correct itself. And I don't know what I think the best course of action is. Because I am afraid that non-revenue sports are going to go away. And that's all but two of them on campus, really. So I'm worried about that. I don't want to see that. I've got a young child is playing his favorite sport at the moment is certainly a non-revenue sport. I want him to have opportunities. But also, read you the list of all these rosters are over $40 million. Mm-hmm. There's hundreds of college or sports playing colleges, and 5 of them are spending like this.
Yeah. Well, it's also it's unfortunate, I guess you could say, that it's happening at a time where, like, disposable income is almost at its lowest, right? You know, there was a time where people had more disposable income than they do right now. More on Cross in the morning. But Andy's correct. Like, when people get mad about this, it's like, if all of the boosters would just all of a sudden go, you know what? Y'all figure it out. I'm done with the money. They'd figure it out. They would figure it out. If we could get a nationwide booster ban and just be like, guys, I can't go any further with you. The problem is everybody wants their team to win. And as soon as one team was like, okay, we're all together, right? We're not going to do this. Their rival would be like, we've got to double up. We've got a chance to really knock them out. So I don't know how it's going to end. It will end eventually, but
it will.
There you go.
Collective bargaining is how it will end. And I've said before, I'll say it again, the schools spend recklessly. And until they fix that, you're not going to get much sympathy from me for whatever it's worth. It's nothing. I mean, I'm a nobody in the grand scheme of things, but I'm not going to, oh my gosh, this is so hard for the schools that have budgets that go up every year, and the league office is going to start writing them $80 million checks every year. They just don't have enough money. Meanwhile, they send these non-revenue sports to European vacations to go play scrimmage against a nobody. I mean, those two things don't work for me. I'm not comfortable with, we need more money. This is not sustainable. Congress, please help us. Also, while I pay a sport that loses $8 million a year, a coach, a multi-million-dollar contract. Those things don't make sense. If this show lost $8 million a year, we would not only not get paid, they would stop the show. If this show didn't make money, we would not exist. But sports that lose millions of dollars get overseas vacations, coaches with 7-figure annual salaries, ridiculous spending. And until they fix that, I'm not interested in hearing about the crying about how there's not enough money. I'm not interested.
We need to cancel football season. Jordan Tyson out for 2 months. God. Why did they draft him? Why? They didn't need it. Caleb Downs was right there. He was right there to be had. Anyway. This guy, same person talking about Mississippi State, saying, national championship in football, no way. These other sports, we've got a shot, not in football. Indiana won the national title in football last year. There is no more, we don't have a shot. If Indiana can do it, literally anybody in the Power Four can do it.
Also, even at a place like Mississippi State, do you think that you would have what you have to spend on baseball without football existing?
Exactly. Football pays everybody in the athletic department's bills. There is no we should minimize football. I mean, quite honestly, it's one of the dumbest things you can say. I just won't pull a punch on this one. When you say stuff like that, it makes me not respect your opinion on college athletics, on college sports, because it's like saying we shouldn't pay the power bill.
I mean,
That's exactly what it's saying. It's like me telling my wife, we're not going to pay the electric bill anymore. We don't need the electric bill. We're going to focus on the internet, which you can't have without power. We're going to focus on the phone, which you can't charge without power. We're going to worry more about our groceries, which you can't keep the food cold or cook it without power. That's what you're saying when you say things like that. You're saying don't pay your power bill. Guys, if this is the thought process of my school should de-emphasize football, just stop caring about athletics. Because you're wasting your own time and everybody else's.
Bo's right. It's the college way to not stop people from acquiring a bunch of debt.
Yeah. Vanderbilt won 10 games last year. And we're going to say Mississippi State can't win 10 games at the college football playoff.
Quarterback finished second in the Heisman.
We're going to say that. Like, if that's what you believe, stop wasting your time. You're wasting your time and money. Just stop doing it. Somebody else will pick up your slack, I promise.
This is a broad overgeneralization. I know it's more nuanced than this, but I mean, that's a mindset is part of the reason why Ole Miss in this era has thrived in ways that State's hasn't, because the second you could start paying players above board, I mean, I'm sure there are out there, but the Ole Miss fan base, by and large, the overwhelming majority was like, boom, let's go.
What did I say?
And the State fans did not have that same reaction.
The joke was the Ole Miss fans say NIL stands for now it's legal.
And they were, boom, all in right away, take my money.
A lot of that was because State's athletic director at the time was like, this isn't tenable, this isn't sustainable, we got to find other ways to do this. Let's sign some baseballs, things like that, instead of having the message of, guys, we've got to get on board, we got to get on board right now. Keith Carter came out, we got to get on board right now, let's go. Mississippi State didn't do that, and that's why they were behind for so long.
Mm-hmm. Scheduled to visit with Keith Carter tomorrow. I'm going to ask him about the stadium project and things like that, so be on the lookout for that interview. That'll happen in the
I look
in the
forward
4 o'clock hour.
As the greatest Ole Miss booster of all time.
I mean, your money has sparked
millions of dollars spent through the years. I show up, playoff, World Series, SEC champs in golf. Am I correct? Huh?
They did
win
the SEC in golf.
I did that. So I demand recognition.
You deserve that recognition.
I deserve recognition.
We will also be visiting with that SEC champion tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Come by and see us. If you're going to be in the area tomorrow from 3 to 6, Hadad and I will be there. The sports bar, the sports bar part of the library. Because it's, sectioned off and whatever. We'll be there, 3 to 6. Great interviews coming. You guys are really going to like my conversation with an Ole Miss offensive lineman and what he does.
I got to be honest with you. You keep saying an Ole Miss offensive lineman. Which one?
I'm not going to tell you.
You've been saying it for like a week. Who?
It's
got to be Bryson Sanders.
It's not Bryson Sanders.
All right,
actually.
we've narrowed it down. Hold on, let me pull up the depth chart. Let me pull up the roster.
It's John Wayne Oliver. We're going to visit with
just tell us. Just tell us
member
who it
of
is.
the all-name team, and also...
Did you refer to him as Pilgrim at any point?
I did ask. I was like, it was towards the end of the interview. I was like, all right, I know you hear this all the time. Where'd the name come from? Is it actually from the actor? And he was like, yes and no. It actually ended up telling a great story about that. So that'll be a fun conversation. We'll be there tomorrow. We got stuff to give you. We got golf packages to give you, hotel packages to give you. Third leg of the Not Fall Camp Tour brought to you by our friends at the Pearl River Resort. I've got to step away. I've got parental duties, and Hadad and Rhino are going to take you through the rest of the day.
That's right, we are.
And then we're going to have to do that Friday, too, when you have Food Friday and I can't participate. I'm still beaten up about that.
I don't know that I have Food Friday yet.
You probably just are going to do it anyway.
I might.
Just because.
We'll see. I'll figure that out when I get there. So, that being said, when we come back, Jeff Lebby spoke to the media on Sunday following Mississippi State's first scrimmage of the offseason. We'll have that audio for you when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi, Brian Hadad, Michael Borkey, although Borkey's leaving. Borkey's leaving early today. He's leaving early Friday. This is how Richard started. few weeks, it'll just be, I'm taking all the Fridays off. And then, a year from now...
I'm doing it for company purposes.
A year from now, it's going to be like, I don't work Fridays anymore. And then a year after that, it's like, Sports Talk Mississippi with Brian Hadad. Which is, probably what we all want anyway, I guess. We'll be back. I'll be back.
Back to Sports Talk Mississippi.
Doesn't get any better than this.
On Super Talk Mississippi.
Back here on Sports Talk Mississippi, Brian Hadad and Rhino. Rhino's over there. He's in Studio X. Michael Borkey off doing God knows what. Not working, that's what I'll tell you. Jeff Lebby and Mississippi State were working this weekend. They had their first scrimmage of the preseason camp this past Sunday. The media got to talk with him after that. We'll go to that now. When guests join the show, they do so on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team. Really handsome question to start us off. Let's go to this press conference with Jeff Lebby.
Obviously, you got to watch the film before you get to specifics of these players. But just from an energy, attitude standpoint, did you like the way your team performed today?
Did. And there was a ton of back and forth. Defensively started the scrimmage really, really well. Found a way to get a couple of 3-and-outs. I like how the offense was able to bounce back and continue to play, get their cleats in the ground, and try to go execute the call. So that's what I said to the guys right after. Great competition, ton of back and forth. We got a ton of work to do. Number one, we're healthy coming off the field, which is huge. And number two, the energy, the physicality, and again, the back and forth competitiveness was really good.
David and Steve? With childhood in West Texas, Oklahoma Plains, or Deep South, what's worse this time of year for conditions to practice in?
I'm not sure. There's a fair debate and a real debate, but it's been warm these last 3 days. And when we got on the grass tonight inside the stadium, obviously it was incredibly hot. So our guys, they prepared the right way this morning, being able to hydrate, get themselves ready. We had no issues from a cramping standpoint, so conditioning I was excited about. One's got 47 plays, the two's got right at 40, so we got really good work, and happy about that.
Coach, ones versus ones, when you get down in the red zone, how do maybe things change with this new look defense? Are you running as much tempo? Is the offensive line picking up the splits? Just kind of how would you describe red zone efficiency right now?
Yeah, there's been a ton of back and forth. When we started our red zone period here this evening, defensively did a great job getting off the field, forcing a field goal, missed the field goal. So we've got a red zone knockout game that we play when we're down there, back and forth, ones and twos. And then, again, offensively continued to play, ended up winning that period 21-17. So that's what you want. You want it to be really close. You want it to be back and forth. And, really, really competitive right there at the end.
To the left, Andy. Coach, you talked about it SEC Media Days, how you like your depth at wide receiver.
Yeah.
After a scrimmage, how did you see that depth kind of coming together?
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys making plays when they have the opportunity to. So, again, there's great competition there. We've got to continue to mold those young guys the right way that can do some pretty special things and unique things for us. But I like where that group's at.
To the right, James and Sam. How did you feel about the physicality out there?
Yeah, we were. It was a physical day. Again, first things first, we came off the grass healthy, which was huge. But, people were flying around. We'll continue to go watch it. We got to have more and more of it, and that's going to be a huge part of who we are. But, again, coming off the field, like where that part of it was.
Starting camp, you mentioned there were some guys maybe working through some injuries that you didn't have full information on, but do you have any updates on some of those guys or injuries to note at this point? Or?
Yeah, the only one I'll kind of bring up to speed, Colin Coates, is going to be out for the season, had a torn muscle, so hate that we've lost him. Colin had worked incredibly hard to be able to get back and be ready to roll, so that piece was frustrating for him and for us, but that's the one I'll update on.
Robbie and Steve.
You got your guy, quarterback, but you have a lot of guys behind Mario that are fighting and trying to set themselves up for playing time if that time comes. How's the development going behind Mario with those other players? Is there someone kind of rising to the top?
Yeah, there's a ton of competition there. AJ and Billy, and then Jaden, all three of those guys. Really, AJ and Billy have gotten the bulk of the 2 reps here over the last 3 days, and there is great competition. I like what both of them are doing. They've just got to continue to create predictable outcomes. Got to know what's going to happen before we snap the ball. So if they'll do that, take great care of the ball, then they'll create a bunch of value for themselves and for us.
Last year, as you got towards the end of the season, it seemed like there was a core group of receivers, the same kind of 3 or 4 once Aiden got healthy. This group seems to be a little bit deeper. So how do you anticipate maybe the rotation going in?
Yeah, I mean, as we get going, we're going to find out who's going to go make the play. When you got the opportunity to make it, who's going to make it? We're doing that as we evaluate these guys and move through fall camp. But it's about guys doing it on Saturday afternoon. So until some of those live bullets start, as far as Saturdays, I'm going to wait to say how many we're going to go play.
Calling on the left.
A lot of attention and care put into the assembly of this offensive line group. How would you say they performed today, kind of putting it together in a full picture?
Had some really good moments and had some moments that weren't. Again, we'll go watch it tonight and have a lot better idea of where we ended up. There is really good strain. There's really good physicality. We've got to create more consistency. But again, where we are today compared to a year ago today, it's not close. We got to get better, and we got to continue to get better. But our guys are playing with a ton of urgency and fighting to get better. So, again, I like where that group's at. I'm always going to want more.
Right side, Sam and James.
How's Brandon Womack just doing in his development?
Yeah, he's made some really good plays over the last couple of days. He's got his hands on the ball and made some picks. He dropped one yesterday that I hadn't let him forget about. But he's done some really good things. Incredibly talented guy. Again, he just needs the experience of it, the playing. Like today is a huge day for a guy like him. For everybody to be off the field, he gets the call, gets his cleats in the ground. We'll see if he can go execute the call. But he's doing some really good things. The safety position, there's incredible competition there, which has been really healthy for us.
What did the offensive line show you in the scrimmage that it needs to work on, and what's it going to take to improve on those things?
Yeah, again, I'm going to know that tonight once we finish watching. I can feel their urgency and just how they talk, how they communicate as I'm on the sideline. Again, there were some really good moments. There's some things that we got to get cleaned up. But the specifics will come after go grade it here this evening.
Left side, Hadad and Lebby.
Coach, we talked about how aggressively you like to play on your side of the ball, how aggressively Coach on the plays. You've talked about maybe need depth if you want to play at that kind of level. When you look at the scrimmage, do you think that your second team guys or third team guys are performing at the level you're going to need them to play that aggressively?
Yeah, I do. We're going to go be who we're supposed to be. And with me calling the offense and Zach calling the defense, our DNA is to be aggressive. So we're going to be who we're supposed to be. There's that fine line in making sure we're playing this incredible team football, and that's what matters at the end of the day. We're going to do that situationally. But, again, we're going to attack, and we're going to dictate how the game's played.
Coach, Ethan Williams has had a lot of preseason buzz. How have you seen him work to get better in preseason?
Yeah, he's worked his butt off. He worked his butt off all spring and all summer. He's had a great camp. Really excited about what he's going to do for us. Our specialists in general, man, have had a really, really good camp and really excited about where we're at from a team standpoint. Our depth, our roster is going to help that, but having those guys back is a huge, huge part of it as well.
Right side, Steve and James. You were careful with a couple of linebackers in spring, and now you got the full group out there. And it feels like that can be a strength of the defense. Kind of, what are you seeing from the linebackers right now that you kind of got the full group out?
Yeah, competition. And those guys got to bring it every single day. And because they know that, man, they are fighting their butt off to go be the guy. I do think we've got some depth in that room, but the competition has been without a doubt the best it's been since we've walked in the door. So I think we got 5 guys that can go play winning football. We need guys to play really, really clean, be able to go play the next play. But I like where that group's at as long as we continue to, get better over the next 9-10 days.
Just from what you saw, how did Magnolia look in those line reps?
Yeah, he did some good things today. We want probably 2 throws back that he had a chance to really make some huge plays. But I thought he made some really good decisions. He took really good care of the football. I love live situations because they're not live for him, and so it continues to make him play the game from the pocket, which is critical for us and for his development. So again, he's had a really good camp, and man, he's training to get better every day. So look forward to that.
That's head football coach Jeff Lebby at Mississippi State University following yesterday's first scrimmage. State will be back on the scrimmage side of things this Saturday at Davis-Wade Stadium. Again, closed to the media, but we will speak to Coach Lebby after that. The aggressive thing that I asked him about, which, by the way, shout out to MSU football for making my question and his answer to my question into a graphic. You know, I just try to help, guys. That's a concern, though. It goes back, Cole Kublik mentioned that when we had him on the show about how aggressive he calls plays, how aggressive Arnett is on defense. You got to have depth if you're going to play as, you know what to the wall as Mississippi State is going to want to on both sides. So as much as we talk about Kamario Taylor and Kelly Jones and Isaac Smith and Fluff Bothwell, it's the guys backing them up. Maybe not so much with Kamario, but offensive line, running back, defensive line, defensive back. Those second-string guys are going to have to make some big impacts for Mississippi State if they want to get where they want to go this season, because there's, never mind injuries, there's just going to be times in the game where you've got to have that second team in, and you can't have that big drop-off. We'll wrap things up with you on a Monday when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi, we are one day away from being in Oxford for the Not Fall Camp Tour. We'll set that up for you and talk about what we've got. A very busy week here on Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll talk about it when we come back.
If it's sports in Mississippi, you'll hear about it here. Sports Talk Mississippi.
You like this show, huh?
Yeah! Super Talk Mississippi.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are
Quite the difference in music, Rhino, from Thunder and Lightning to Sports Talk Mississippi. Much more mellow here on a Monday afternoon. So be it. Hey, if you are a college basketball fan over the last 20 years, you know the name Joe Dean Jr., former Mississippi State player, former college basketball coach, but more well-known as being a color commentator for JP Basketball and then ESPN. You've heard the term sweet string music come across the airwaves many times. Joe Dean Jr. passed away yesterday, a true ambassador of college basketball and a former Mississippi State Bulldog. Many a Saturday afternoon in the winter and spring spent listening to Tim Brando and Joe Dean Jr. They were on the call for one of the biggest Mississippi State wins I can remember. I'm sorry, Ole Miss fans, I don't remember one that he was on the call for you guys, but State's win at Alabama that clinched the 2004 SEC championship, that crazy comeback win in Tuscaloosa. So Joe Dean Jr., hate to see that guy go as a fun announcer to listen to doing college basketball. Tomorrow in Oxford at the library, we will be live with the final stop of the Not Fall Camp Tour. We've been to Hattiesburg, we've been to Starkville, now we'll come to Oxford. Keith Carter will be joining us live. Ole Miss golf coach Chris Malloy will be joining us live. We'll have recorded interviews with Ole Miss head football coach Pete Golding, Ole Miss offensive lineman John Wayne Oliver, which I finally coaxed out of Borkey. He's been saying an offensive lineman. It's like, just tell us. Tell us who it is. People want to know. As we mentioned, we'll have some great giveaways. We've got a great selection of SuperTalk hats. I believe some of these are Ole Miss themed as well. They'll be red and blue. We've got some great giveaway stuff from Pearl River Resort. Nights, couple night stays, a couple of big free meals at Philip M's, a couple of free rounds of golf at Dancing Rabbit. Plus, it's just fun. So if you're in the Oxford area, come out, see me and Borkey. Come say hello, and we're looking forward to that. And then Thursday, Borkey and I will be on the road again. I will be down at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College for their annual Meet the Bulldogs event. We've been there, I think this is our fourth year in a row to head down to Perkinston, so we'll get to talk to some of the fine folks down there. Sports Talk Mississippi, we are living on the road these past few months. We've had Quite a few stops this month. Next month, I believe we've got 4 or 5 places we're going to be across the month. We've already mentioned that we'll be in Canton for the Ag Up remote on September 15th. And then we've got a couple more remotes that week in Oxford as we get close to the big week, which, by the way, just want to point out that this Wednesday will be 1 month from the big game, the game that everybody's, even Mississippi State fans, have eyes on. Ole Miss hosting LSU on Wednesday's Sports Talk Mississippi. We're going to devote a lot of time to previewing that game. We're going to go and start talking about it a little bit. I think it deserves the hype. It's obviously the biggest game on the calendar in college football at this time. You know, by the time we get to November and we start seeing the rankings shift around, maybe something else pops up. But right now, no game is more important than Ole Miss hosting LSU and the return of Lane Kiffin to Vaught Hemingway Stadium. Do you have to be present to win? You do have to be present to win. You have to come by, say hello. We've got the stuff for you. Yeah, you do need to be at the library to do that for sure. Somebody saying, pay my old bar tab while you're up there. I appreciate it. I will make sure Michael Borkey does that. I will 100%. You put your name and your name on the text line there, and I'll make sure Borkey gets that paid off for you. No questions asked. He'll be happy to take care of it, is what I believe he said. So there. This guy is just not want to give up, by the way. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this guy's just like, we're just never going to do it. Well, then stop. Just give up. Tap out, buddy. Let the rest of us who believe that this university can do great things get on board, and we'll get it done. And you can come back later and say you're a fan. Just stop wasting your time and your money. We will finish last or next to last in the SEC more over the next 10 seasons than any SEC school. Why are you here? If that's your thought process, just get out. Call it a day. Spend time doing whatever. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your however many brain cells you got left. Just give up. If that's your thought process, and those of us who believe in this university, we'll continue to work and try to make it better. But you're wasting everybody's time thinking like that. Period. I'll bring fresh flowers from my flower farm for y'all to take home tomorrow for your wives if I can get hold of one of those weekend stays. I think we can work out an arrangement. I think, no pun intended. No pun intended on that. We can work something out for you. Absolutely we can. Guys, we are going to be back, like I said, live tomorrow at the library. Come out and see us for the final stop on the Not Fall Camp Tour. And then, once that tour ends, we are full bore into college football. Just keep it coming. We'll see you tomorrow in Oxford for Rhino, who has done yeoman's work here, getting us through these last couple of segments. For Michael Borkey, who's off playing hooky somewhere. And for me, Brian Hadad. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow in Oxford on Sports Talk Mississippi. Later.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.